Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. Susan Campfield here with SueStampfield.com. Today I'm going to share a fun tutorial with you for this Poppy Moments card. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. I'm going to go ahead and flip my camera here and we'll go ahead and get started. Just one moment, you're going to see my ceiling here. Here we go, got the die cutting machine all set up here. Just going to move my stand over just a little bit here. All right, there we go. That's pretty good. Hey Kathy, thanks for tuning in. So this is the card that we're gonna make tonight. I am in love with these poppies, and there are lots of choices in the new catalog. So the January through June mini catalog just started last week on Friday, and that's where you can find these fun dies. And then there's also a really cool stamp set. So let's go ahead and get started. Actually, I can show you really quickly here. It is actually a little confusing, I think, to some people how these are bundled. So this one is called the Painted Poppy Stamp Set. I've got it right here. And it's bundled with the painted label dies. So these dies cut out the flower shape, and then you have these fun labels. And those products I use to make this card right here. This fun swirl. Hey Joanne, hey Kathy. Is this die right here. So it actually has a solid middle, and I just put some designer series paper there. And then I just stamped the poppies on Poppy Parade so that I didn't have to color them. That one was kind of just a quick and simple card I did for a swap. And then we also have the Poppy dies, which are sold separately, and those are bundled with a greeting stamp set called Peaceful Moments. So the beauty about this is that you can pick and choose which products you want. You can buy them together in pairs as a bundle, like this bundle and this bundle. You can buy them all, like obviously Susan did, or you can pick and choose and just get this stamp set and just these dies. So let's go ahead and we're going to use the Poppy Moment dies. And for my greeting on my card here, I did use the stamp set that is bundled with it, which is called Peaceful Moments, which has some nice greetings in it. We're actually going to make a thank you card today, so I'm using the thank you from that set, which I already got cut and ready to go, or stamped and layered and all set. But let's go ahead and walk through this card here. We made this yesterday at my Big Shot class, or my die cutting and embossing classes, I should say. And I had a lot of questions about what colors I used, so I can go through that with you. Now it comes with a variety of dies. Bring it back in here. So we're going to use just the big flower for this one. So that's this. This is the detailed part right here. And then I also need that flower outline, the solid part of the flower to go behind. And then we're using the single leaf, which is also a two-part die. So you've got the solid background and the detailed part. And I think I actually already have one of those cut and ready to go here. We'll see. I think it should be in my envelope. And then these are the other dies. This one is like a peek through. I have another project I'll be showing you later this month with this kind of peek through die. That's really cool. Then we've got a smaller flower. Oh, I almost forgot. We need the middle. We need the center to our flower. There's 3 different centers. There's a half center, a smaller or medium one, and then this full size one. So I'm going to use this full size one. Hi, Brina. Hi, Deb. How are you guys? I'm going to pull these down, and let's go ahead and walk through this. I want to share this with you. This is this shows you the other dies that are in the set. So you can see that smaller poppy. This is the big one we're using today. This is the smaller poppy, and then this is the leaf spray, which is also on this. And again, we're just going to use the single leaf for this one. All right, should we get started here with cutting? So I'm using real red cardstock for the background, shall we say, of the flower, the solid piece of the flower. I'm using Poppy Parade for the detailed portion of the flower. Makes sense, right? Poppies for poppies. and then basic black for the center of the flower. So I've got my pieces laid on my platform there. I'm just going to put the top plate on. I'm going to slide this back so I don't hit my ink pad holder when I crank it through here. Alright. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I've got a leaf ready to go in my packet. Let's find out. Oh yes, there it is. Yay! So this is already glued together, but I'll show you how I glue them together with this bigger flower. So we've got that done. Just realizing that my take your pick tool is across the room. That won't work. Hold on, I gotta get that. I love this thing. Can't live without it. So I'm just going to pop this out and I'm going to roll this across. That's going to poke out those big pieces that I don't need. And then it's still pretty well adhered into the die. So that's where these little ejection holes come in. Just give it a little poke there, get it started. Poke out this side, and one more here. And that just pops it out from the die. There's weird things falling in my stamper. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? The sky is falling. Okay, there we go. So that's the Poppy Parade for the detailed part. And then we have our real red piece. Of course, that one comes out super easy. And then we're going to put this on the sponge and roll on that, get that out. And there is a little piece in here that just pops out, so that's the center. So we're done with this. Just put them back on the magnet over there so they don't go missing. All right, so let's put our card together. And I don't need the leaves because that's already done. So let's go ahead and put this together. So you do want to take a minute to match the pieces up. And the easiest way I find to do it is to look for this big dip right here, the Big Dipper. And look for the matching Big Dipper on your piece. And if you line those up, everything else is going to just fall in place. So I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to take a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue. I'm going to put it on a little part of my stamping sponge here, blot some of it off on my scrap paper, and I'm just going to go to my flower, particularly working on the fine edges there, and I want to make sure that it doesn't move on me because I'm also getting glue on the paper, and if it moves, it's going to pick up that glue on the front. So pick that up. I'm going to set that paper aside. Means I need another paper from my pad here. Hold on. I love this little 6x6 grid paper. I use this all the time. So good question, Deb. What color did I use for the leaf? So the leaf, hang on, I gotta find my little Big Dipper again. The leaf colors are Pear Pizzazz for the solid part on the background and Garden Green for the detailed part on the front. And what's funny to me is these color combinations, I don't think I ever have put together before. To me, these are really different reds, but boy, do they ever work on this flower. So you never know. You got to play sometimes with your color matchups and see what works the best. So for the center, I'm actually going to pop the center up. It's just going to give my flower a little more dimension if I do that. So I'm going to put a mini dimensional right in the center and peel that backing off and just put that right here. Doesn't really matter where you put it. It's offset, so there's no wrong way to do it. So let's go ahead and put our card together. These flowers are so stunning. They're just really striking in person. I hope it's coming through on camera because with these bright colors, boy, does it pop. It just jumps off the page. And so I've got basic black, and I'm layering basic black onto Poppy Parade. And then I'm layering the Poppy Parade onto my Real Red cardstock, which is my card base. So that's cut at 5.25 by, 5.5 by 8.5, and then just folded. There we go. So now we've got our flower all done, our leaf is all done, and we've already got our greeting here, so we're just going to put our card together. I love to use dimensionals, so I want even more dimension on this card, so I'm going to pop this flower up by just adding 3 dimensionals to the back. And I'm just going to kind of placing it so they've got the same amount of spacing approximately on each side. Doesn't really matter, it's up to you. Going to add a dimensional to the back of the leaf there, and that's going to go right in here. Whoops, put that up a little higher so I have that kind of that same amount of space here. And then the words are going to be flat, so just going to put some snail adhesive on the words and just kind of tuck them behind that flower. And there is the thank you. Hey, Michelle, thanks for tuning in. I hope you got your catalog. I dropped it in the mail last Friday, or maybe it was Saturday. I think it was Saturday. So hopefully that arrives safely. And there we have the outside of our card. Let's quickly do the inside. So this is where we're going to pull in this other stamp set. Oh, wait, you guys, I forgot the ribbon. I'm sorry. I'm addicted to ribbon. I'll admit it. So this is the black satin ribbon. That's what I used on this one. But I also wanted to point out, if you have this in your stash, we still have this in the catalog. I think it came out last Halloween and it carried over, and it's just the coolest ribbon. This is the glittered organdy ribbon, which also looks really nice with these poppies. If you're into sparkle and you like a little bit of glitz, then that is fun. Oh, good, you got the. Oh yes, Michelle got this card in the mail with her catalog. Yay! I'm glad it arrived. So let's go ahead and knot this. Thanks, Denise. I'm glad you like the card. These dies, you cannot. I mean, they are so stunning. I guess I shouldn't say you can't make anything not pretty with them. I think when you're working with these dies, a good rule of thumb is to keep the flower as your focal point on your card. And you don't need to worry about adding a bunch of really busy patterned paper or a lot of other stuff going on, because that should be the star of the show, right? You don't need all that extra. So it actually makes a pretty simple card just because it is so striking, especially in these bold colors. So again, Real Red. Oh my gosh, why did I just blank out on the Poppy Parade? I almost said perfectly poppy. Like, Stampin' Up! Loves their alliteration when they come to their color names. So Real Red, Poppy Parade, Pear Pizzazz, and Garden Green. And of course, Basic Black and Whisper White for our neutrals. So there we go. We've got our bow on now. And now we're going to go to the inside of the card, and we're going to add a little something. I'd like to put something inside of the card. Michelle, your card was probably blank. This maybe didn't happen, but in class yesterday, we decided to do this, and I really liked it. So I'm going to do it for this card to show you the possibilities. So I'm going to the Painted Poppy stamp set. Oh goodness, can't even put things straight on a block. And this block is really dirty. Oh, I'm super embarrassed. Okay, don't look at that. I need to clean my blocks, you guys. All right. I'm going to grab the Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I'm using the Memento because I'm going to color this with alcohol markers, and they match up well. They play nicely with this ink. This is the best ink to use with those. So I'm just going to stamp that flower and stem right there. I'm going to grab my Poppy Parade Stampin' Blends, light and dark, and my Old Olive light, and just add a quick bit of color. Now this is totally optional. You don't have to add the little poppy on the inside, or you could even do a die cut poppy on the inside if you want. I just like to have a little something in there. If you're not a fan of coloring, there are other options. You can do what I did on this card, where I just stamped the poppies on the poppy so that I didn't have to color it. Let's see, let's go in and add a little bit of the dark Poppy Parade. That's going to be the pow, that's going to be the pop. And the rest of it I'm going to fill in with the light Poppy Parade. Oh, there is a dog in the stamp room. Whippet alert. Oh, she left. Okay, good. I have a lot of candy in bags on the floor here, so, and she likes to take the candy. She doesn't eat it, she just likes to take it, and then her brother takes it and eats it. All right, so we're going to add a little bit of Poppy on here. And as you go over that, I'm just adding the light over the dark and just rubbing it wherever there's kind of a harsh line, and that blends it together. You know, I want a little bit more pop on the little bud there. There we go. So I'm actually going to leave the inside of this card blank, and I'm going to go ahead and put this on here, and this I'll be sending to my next order that I get online from a customer, and I'll just send them this thank you card, and then I'll just put a note. I like to just put a blank note or a post-it note inside so that then they can reuse the card. But there is our Poppy Moments card, and don't forget about the Painted Poppies stamp set, and you can even do bigger projects. Just think how stunning that would be on a scrapbook page with the flowers and then just a black and white photo. I mean, wow, that would be striking. So this little notebook was a gift that I made for the Silver Elite and Above leaders on my team. I had hosted a Christmas tea. I took them to a tea room. We had a Christmas tea to celebrate their achievements last year, and so I made each of them this. It's actually a set of post-it notes from Stampin' Up, and I just added the cover. And so I will add, when I do the blog post for this, I will add the dimensions to that cover, because they're somewhere on my desk and I can't find them. So sorry about that. Oh, wait. Anyone else a big fan of Post-it notes? I am, and I have them all over my house. So, so the front piece, actually didn't do the back. I was going to, and then I realized the piece that these Post-its come on was already black, so I did not put a backer on this. So the front piece was 7.5 by 7 1/4. And then I scored it at, so if you put it in your trimmer this way, I scored it at 6 1/8 and then 6 1/2. And then just folded on that and added the decorations on the front. So that was the notepad cover. So I hope you have fun with these dies. They're totally awesome and very striking. You can even do them in different colors and get a pansy look. I think you can see where that could match up nicely by doing a pansy type flower instead of the poppy. So these are versatile. There is more that you can do with them than just poppies, but the poppies really pop. So thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in tonight. I'm going to flip the camera here. Thanks again for joining me. So good to be back. Got a little crazy with the holidays and I didn't get to be on as much as I wanted. So I'm so excited to be back. I'll be back again next Tuesday, 7:30 Central Time, with another super fun project, Valentine themed little 3D treat holder that I'm can't wait to share with you. So hope you can tune in next week. Take care, everyone, and have a great night. Bye-bye.